The following story is taken from Reddit, December 21st, 2025. Am I the asshole, or is my mom the asshole? First off, this post is going to be a bit all over the place, word salad. My mind wanders, I get upset, and I will probably leave a lot out, but here it goes. I feel constantly guilt tripped by my mother. She is just exhausting. I feel like nothing I do is ever good enough for her. This is my third time going no contact, and it might be for good. For starters, she can go from being nice, making small chit chat on Facebook, and then the next message will be something along the lines of, "Why don't you check in on us? What did I raise?" That kind of thing. Sometimes she will even say my wife, and I don't visit enough, call enough, etc. And while that may be true, a lot of it has to do with her behavior and the fact that she only invites us over every 6 to 8 weeks, and it feels forced or out of obligation. She makes backhanded comments to my wife like, "Oh, you did your makeup different. Not my style, but it looks good on you." Or something about losing weight, her new haircut, whatever. I may not be the best kid. I work a lot, don't really spend much time with my parents, but I am busy. I work a lot and do a lot around the house. I paint, help cook, help with laundry, clean. I don't just sit around and play video games or something. I barely have time to even sit down and read or enjoy a movie. So when I am off, I try to make the best of it and spend time with my wife and child. As a kid slash child, I had a normal childhood. No issues with my parents. They gave me a lot of freedom and always encouraged me. But as I got older, my mom just became a pain in the fucking ass. I remember when I first started dating my girlfriend, now wife, my mom made comments about her weight, called her a fat, and about 3 to 4 years down the road, she snuck into my room and found the engagement ring and accused me of marrying her because I got her pregnant, which was not true. My wife gave her a piece of her mind. That is all I can say. And my dad even asked her to leave, which we both left because we didn't want to deal with their bullshit. I also can recall that when I asked my mother about having my girlfriend over for Christmas, she said no, and that holidays were not for boyfriends and girlfriends. But that seemed to be something that was not told to my sister. She had her boyfriend over for holidays before they got married. So that was total bullshit. Anyway, fast forward to when we got engaged. Things were going great. My mom wasn't as vocal about stuff until I moved out with my wife and girlfriend when I was around 22. She got totally pissed off, moped around the house, argued with me about it, didn't help me move, just gave me shit the whole time. She just really seemed so upset I was leaving. I get it. Sometimes mothers do not want to see their kids leave. But we moved and left my sister in another state while she was in college, and she lived with her boyfriend at the time. She didn't give two shits. When we moved out, my parents never really visited. Just once in the 2 years we rented the townhome, and when we first bought our house, she made no effort to come see us whatsoever. It's always been like that though. Since I was 17, my mother has always spent holidays with my sister and her family. She has 3 kids. She would invite us over afterwards, but it was not anything grand. I am grateful either way, but I always felt like my wife and I were just an afterthought, or she just did it out of obligation. What I find odd is that not once has my mom offered to have us all over for a holiday dinner. She claims she is like her mother, which she is not. She'd have 30 plus people over for dinner for holidays. It just seems weird to not have all your kids, grandkids, at your house for the holidays. No? Maybe I am expecting too much. And for the record, I have invited my mother over several times for holidays, but she always says she made plans and is going to my sister's house. But we can get together after. One thing that also comes to mind is when my wife got into a car accident and I had to drive her to work and pick her up. This was before we were married, and my mother told me verbatim that I was going to lose my job over a piece of cunt, which really took me back. I didn't even tell my fiance at the time because I was so shocked. Anyway, I know this seems all over the place, but that is just how my mind races. After we got married, I bought our home. We had a kid. My mother came to the hospital when she was born, stayed for about an hour, brought a plant, and then left to go to my sister's for Easter spring break. She came back, never visited much with the kid or was part of her childhood, just invited us over every month or so. Nowadays, my mother still guilt trips me about not checking in enough. Even though I send messages on Facebook, I will ask my dad how he is doing, etc. She always says we are rude because we do not throw them birthday parties or get them anniversary gifts, but I don't have the money for that. And who gets their parents an anniversary gift? That is a personal celebration. My wife and I exchange gifts, but we do not expect anyone to get us anything. That is a U.S. celebration, nobody else's. But I have sent her birthday gifts, Christmas cards, gifts, Mother's Day cards, and gifts, so I feel like I do my part. I don't know. I'm just tired. My wife and I always feel like anytime we're around her, we aren't sure what rude shit she is going to say. I'm tired of being pressured into coming over or calling. She acts like we don't have lives. I have multiple pets, we homeschool, do a lot of laundry, do it yourself housework, lawn care, etc. I can't just go over to my parents' house all the time. And my wife just does not like my mother, as you can probably tell. Just recently, she really upset me and my wife. It was the last straw. First off, my parents had some car trouble before Thanksgiving. They were going to my sister's, as usual, but couldn't. I offered to pick them up and have them over for Thanksgiving dinner. She refused and just told me to spend time with my family. I was just upset. Here she is, basically forced to either stay home or come to my house because my sister is 3 hours away, they have no vehicle at the moment, and she still did not want to come over. She just said we'd get together afterwards. Furthermore, after their car got fixed, my father and mother came over to drop off some Christmas gifts before, as you guessed it, they go to my sister's. I always get people and family baked goods, nut roll, which are not cheap, and I get about 7 to 8 of them to give to my in-laws, sister-in-law, mom, dad, etc. My mother made a comment about how we did not thank her for her gifts, which we always call them on Christmas to thank them, because that is when we open them. So I don't see why I would thank her right then and there when she dropped them off and we put them under the tree. We call them every Christmas and thank them. Then she said we just threw 2 nut rolls at her in the cardboard box. They need to be kept frozen so we don't wrap them. We kept them in our freezer so they wouldn't go bad. And I am disrespectful and Merry Christmas. I know my gift is nothing great, but come on. I like people to eat and enjoy things. We used to go all out, buying people gift cards, clothes, video games for the kids, Lego, but I don't have the money to do that anymore. And last but not least, my wife told me that when my dad got up to use the bathroom while they were visiting, my mother was looking at our tree and all the decorations and was amazed that I put them all up. She looked pissed off the whole time she was at our house, too. She even told my dog to get the hell away from her, and all he did was sniff her. But what she did and said next really burned us. My wife had a miscarriage last year, and we have a small memorial plant for our son that passed away. My wife showed her that too, and my mother said, it's probably best he is not here with all this political stuff that is going on. And then she said the cliche, it was all part of God's plan. My wife just was totally shocked. She has said stuff like that before when we told her about the miscarriage, how it just happens, and just never seemed to really show any type of grief about it. And for someone that wants us to check in, expects us to send anniversary gifts, cards, etc., she did not send us any type of bereavement card or anything. Kind of funny how that works, huh? I sent her a message about how she was rude and what she said was totally uncalled for, and that I'm sorry my gifts weren't good enough, even though I have gotten them for the last 3 years. I told her I needed to step away and take a break, because she is just not fun to be around. And if you were wondering about my dad, he is just a typical dad. I don't think he has any idea what the hell is going on. He will send me messages, tell us he loves us, and make small talk, but doesn't seem to know anything about my mother's behavior. Am I the asshole, or is my mom? Thank you for listening. Let me know who was the asshole in the comments.